All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Outake podcast. This episode, like 12, I think it is. I'm not sure what episode it is, but if you guys don't know already, we're a multimedia company. We do video, photography, and social media marketing. Make sure you guys subscribe. Keep checking out. We have my boy.
Yes, sir.
Jesus Garcia.
Very nice to meet everyone. And I'll let you make the introduction. I'm not good at introducing myself.
Well, first of all, cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Salud.
Yeah,
Let's loosen up.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
But you got to remind me of your name, please. I just met him, by the way.
Yeah, Jose.
Yeah, bro.
And
So,
we're here at your, what is this?
At our location, at newest location. I mean, we're still getting into this place.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
So is this where you guys do like
the cooking?
The cooking?
Yeah.
Cool.
And some events too. I've been to some other events also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to go into kind of what you do and maybe introduce yourself and
Yeah. What do I do? I feel like I do a lot outside of food, right? I feel like people still often say, call me the you still do the meal prep thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I feel like that's kind of cool when people still come up to me about it. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I think I've done it now for like enough. You know,
it was 7 years, right?
And yeah, 7 years for.
Yeah.
It's been incorporated for
7 years.
You know, me and my brother and Chris been at it for like 8 years.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's dope. I heard about you way before, but I didn't think it was 7 years already. I was like, damn, that's crazy to make it like for it to be 7 years already since like I first heard about you. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, man, I can't believe it either, to be honest. I think it's a little bit surreal for me. It just flashes before your eyes, to be honest. You know, I was 19 going on 20 when we started the company. Was Juan, my brother, was 25, 24 going on 25, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 25. Just so happened that we were sitting in the living room. We'd weightlift Chris, our friend, my friend at the time, because he's my long life friend. Like, he's the guy that I met in high school, and we went to prom together. You know, I carried his drunk ass out of prom, and you know,
don't drink at prom, kids, all right?
Yeah, man, bro. We had, you know, and my business partner Louis, he's more on the back end. You know, I love that guy. That guy's like, you know, he's everything. You know, so even then, we've always been friends. On our prom, we took his Hummer to the prom. Louis's Hummer. Yeah, so that just goes to know the brotherhood that we've had over the years. Like we knew Louis from then, and we've all been friends since. Juan was in the car. Juan actually drove Louis's Hummer to prom.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so because Louis has obviously been in the game a lot longer than us. He does real estate, and we went into this project together. We've been together, you know, for a long time, and so, you know, I back to Chris. That when me and Chris went to prom, and after that, you know, obviously we kind of grew into that together. We grew into the idea. Me and my brother would talk about the idea back in his apartment, because he was older than me, so he lived on his own, and we lived together for some time. And he would always talk to me about how he'd just be like, hey, what do you think about meal prep? You know, it's in LA, it's growing. And I'm like, I mean, it's cool. You know, I'm 19. I'm not thinking about much besides, you know, partying or, you know, just working. I had 2 jobs at the time. And
teenager stuff.
So I'm like, yeah. But I've always been this person that is like, yeah, like, let's go. Like, let's do it. You know?
You're ready for it.
You don't double think it, just let's do it.
Yeah. So, you know, there was multiple conversations, and excuse me, and we would just constantly talk about it at the apartment, and I'm like, you know what? And he would tell me, hey, what do you think about us creating a meal prep company here in Chicago? And I said, yeah, like, come on, let's just make it happen. Like, you know, I don't have anything to lose. Like, what am I going back to? You know, me personally, like my mom, you know, I never grew up without my father. So therefore, you know, I always grew up below means. Yeah. So for me, it wasn't a difficult thing to jump into something. It was more like, let's just make it
difficult
happen.
as in like financial standpoint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've never had much.
Yeah.
You know, so it wasn't like I'm going back to what, You know,
Yeah,
like,
okay, yeah.
it's like, you get what I'm
Like
saying?
that
you
makes
already
sense.
know what it's like to be down there. So like, what do you have to lose? You know, you can't go more. deep
Exactly.
than you-
I've always been below means. Like, it's, you know, I grew up in a basement my whole life.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like, what is there to lose? You know,
Yeah.
so for me, I've always had this mentality. I've seen my mother suffer.
Like
You know, for a long
Tony
time.
up from here type thing.
What's that?
Like you look at it as like, you know, it's a only uphill travel from
Yes,
here. type of-
100%, bro. I've always had that mentality because it's always been, you know, I already had 2 jobs at the time. So for me, it was like, my mother's already having a hard time, you know, so it's like, what could happen? What's the worst that can happen? That I
Yeah.
go back to my situation? You know, it's like,
right. Yeah.
this, it can't go wrong, you know? So for me, it was like, my mentality was, you know, what's crazy is that Juan got his wife pregnant at the time as soon as we decided to come up with the idea. So it was like, boom, like, let's hit it. And it's like, oh, you know, my girl's pregnant. It's like,
Oh,
okay. You know, so it's like, you know.
So for him, it was probably a little bit more of a risk factor, right?
Absolutely,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Not only a risk factor, but mind you, the mindset is different at that point.
Okay.
You know, at that point, he's not thinking,
Let's start a business. He's thinking, I have a kid.
right,
Like,
like,
Yeah.
I have to. But you know what is crazy? Because although he was having a child, he was still in it.
He was
Like,
still
he
on
was
it.
very much in it. Like, we always thought big. And I think it was, what's the word? I think it was like one of those things where it stuck onto everybody else around us. It was like we were serious. Even though it was a small thing, we weren't making any money. You know, it was in a small apartment. It was more like,
you guys started cooking out of the apartment.
Yeah.
You wanna let's take it back just a little bit. Let's go back to what you're talking about. He's talking about Eat Clean Chicago, meal prep company. What else do you do?
Yeah.
Just meal prep stuff.
yeah, man. It's a meal prep company, and obviously we do a lot more than food.
Yeah.
You know, we do a lot of things for the community. We do a lot, but we'll dabble into that later. We're a meal prep service. We deliver healthy, organic meals to people's doorsteps.
Fucking fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
You know, you got to try it yourself. You know, I feel like we take pride in our product and we source locally. You know, we take pride in being culturally involved and like doing the work, man.
Yeah.
You know, we really do it. Like, we really wear all those hats.
You take
know?
it very seriously.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Like, that's our livelihood. Like, absolutely. That's what puts food on the table for all of our families. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's our bread and butter. You know, outside of everything that I do, whether it's for friends or music or anything, that's my bread and butter. Eat Clean. You know, ECC is everything. You know, so for me is, you know, I feel like I take pride in putting ECC in different places for us. Like, it just opened up different conversations. You know, we've been able to open up the nonprofit conversation and just do a lot for the community, which is cool, man. I'll take a lot of pride in it, and obviously provide a lot of opportunity through the platform, which is great.
That's
you know?
a great thing, man. I love hearing that because when I was younger, like, I wish there was like somebody who would put me onto like something, you know. That way I wasn't I felt like I was a lost child when I was growing up. Like, I didn't really have
like a passion type.
like a
thing?
passion, yeah, something to like get me hyped up, you know. So like, now that I have this media company with Leo, that's one of the things we want to do as well. Like, just hit the community with, like, you know, stuff that we could do, teach kids and
Inspire them. And I think you do that very
Yeah.
well too. You know, I've seen the events and the amount of love that you get out of the people that come here, and I respect that. And I've told you too. Like, I respect the hell out of what you do, bro, because you can tell right away that you do it you don't do it from like I'm gonna do this so I can get more exposure type thing. You do it out of your heart type thing. You know, you put everything. Like, even the dinner that I came to shoot for you.
The women's dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like we were chilling in the kitchen and stuff, but then the amount of effort you put into just that one dinner it's really like inspiring to me.
Oh, that's awesome,
Yeah.
bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You know, I feel like we take a lot of pride in a lot of the things that not only that, you know, because we take everybody into consideration. I remember calling Adriana, just giving her an idea of like, yo, I want to do something for women's dinner and telling my brother too, like, you know, we have a team of women now, and there's something about acknowledgement that people thrive on, you know, and it makes them feel appreciated, and that's really, I feel like, if you understand people, you understand business.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing, you know, and I feel like I'm in the business of people. You know, I'm not in the business, like, yes, it requires to have a great product, 100%. Like, if you don't have a great product, then chances are whatever you're working on might not work. You focus on the product, and that's the reason why we work so hard, which is even when we work with any of our athletes, is like, if you don't like the product, there's nothing, we don't have a deal. You know, like, there's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that we shouldn't even work together if you can't be a fan of the product. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's start there.
Yeah,
you know,
and that makes sense too.
Yeah,
because if someone doesn't really love the product, then they're not going to be genuine about it either.
Exactly. And I feel like that's the one thing we've done very well, is not be fake.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you get to see, I feel like I get to tell a story through everything I do, little by little, whether it's a post, a tweet, or me having a conversation, a simple picture without a caption, something is simply just telling
coffee pictures.
Yeah, like, you know, it's just telling a story. I feel like in a way I'm just a storyteller, and I'm able to live through experiences, you know.
Yeah.
And really do things from a love perspective, you know, just because, you know, not from a profitable standpoint.
Right, yeah.
You know?
I think that's something that a lot of people get mixed up too. Like, I feel like I've met a few people who just do things out of like, it benefits me and it benefits my business. But like, you also have to develop those connections with people in a friendship standpoint, and also like, just get to know people without finding an interest in that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just meeting people without seeing what you could get out of them, you know? Just
100%.
Just like,
that's how me and you met.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I met Leo. It was more on the, like,
one of us started following each other, and it was like, we would just swipe up on each other's stories, like commenting on random stuff, and then started talking, and like, we're cool now. Like,
right.
You know?
It started with what? A photo shoot?
Was it? I don't even. Was it a photo shoot? I think I came to one of your events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. But we were cool on Instagram for a while.
Right.
I remember we would go back and forth, like, just having conversations, like, for probably like a month or two before we even met in like person. I think actually the first one, because you had invited me to shoot for like 2 events, but it was when I was working like fucking 12 hours a day. Like,
oh yeah, for Giuliano, for Laredo Projects.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hate now that I couldn't make that, bro.
That was cool. You didn't even make the second one.
I know.
It's cool, man.
Oh, the second one was when we were shooting the podcast with film.
Oh, okay.
And like, we were gonna do like, I think like an hour and a half. We ended up doing like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it went deep.
Was it from? Did I meet you from the Dioro concert?
No. I think. You know what? I think it was when I had done a Hemplos video.
Okay.
Like, back when you like barely started doing video.
Okay.
And I think either I followed you or I don't remember exactly who followed who, but I think I followed you because I was going through like the Instagram and stuff. Yeah. And I think it was just from there, and I just like if I see someone who's cool, like, I'll like, you know, I'll swipe up. Like I like your style, I like what you be posting and stuff, so I would just be swiping up.
Well, that's how we met too.
Yeah, that's how we met also. Like
just because I like to uplift people too, you know. Like, I never had that when I was coming up. Like, I would ask people questions, and they'll be like, give me half-ass answers, or they would just read the message and wouldn't even reply, you know. So like, when he would ask me questions, I'd be like, hey bro, you know, how do you do this? Yeah,
because in case you don't know, he's been doing video for how many years?
Like 12.
Like 12 years, and I only have like probably, I think this year I make 3 years of being taking it serious.
Cool.
And I would just hit him up like random, like, yo bro, like I think I asked him like yo, like what light do you recommend, or like what program do you recommend? Like
the simple stuff that somebody who's been doing this for so long,
knows
it
the
doesn't
answer
take
of.
no time to just be like, hey bro, use this, you know. And then like in some instances I would do that to people who had years in the industry and they would just not answer. So when, like I said, when I was growing up, I wish I would have had that. Now that I'm in this position, I kind of, give it to him or whoever
and
else.
now we try to do the same to other like people
Yeah.
in the same field, and even outside the field who just like I had a few people who like just swipe up and they're like, yo, like what cameras, what's a good camera to start, or just stuff like that, and we just connect. And like I'm very active on Instagram. Like I don't post too much, but like on stories, like if like I said, if I find you cool, if I see that you're a good person, I'll swipe up like, yo, like if someone shares like a picture they took or something, good shit, bro, or like stuff like that. I think the first time I swiped up on you, you were smoking a cigar, and during that time I was
Nothing new.
and during that time I was getting into cigars, and I had ordered some I think it was like the Romeo Juliets, and I swiped up. I'm like, yo, like I think I asked you which one that was, and I was like, yo, is it good? And I ended up ordering one, and I forgot which one it was though. But I think that's how it started, and then we just kept hitting each other up like that.
Yeah, man. Cigars is always a good conversation starter. Yeah, man.
We should have had one right now.
Yeah,
right?
for real.
Right, for real.
Damn,
man.
I didn't know you guys were cigar guys. I would have brought some.
Yeah, when I first
bro.
started getting into it, I was like having like one every like other day type shit. Now I'll have one like here
Every
and
once in a
there.
while.
Yeah,
it's
like every 2 months I'll
Yeah.
have one or something like that.
Yeah,
Like a
it's-
special occasion. Like if I'm out with the guys and we're like chilling on a little bonfire in the backyard, I'll take a cigar.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You don't really want to be
You
smoking
smoke
those.
cigars too?
A little bit, yeah, not a
Oh,
lot.
shit.
I did one from the gas station one time, and that thing messed up my throat.
Oh, no,
So I
no,
did
no,
some
no.
research, and actually my guy Adam, he was really big into cigars. He always picks up something new every like other week, so he has like a new hobby every other
That's
week
me,
or
bro.
so.
Every year I pick something up.
So yeah, he's my cigar guy, and he recommended some stuff, and ever since then it was like just like that too, like just chilling,
Yeah.
parties, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, don't do them cigars from the gas station; they'll mess you up.
Nah, man. Hell nah. The one with the little filter.
Yeah, no, absolutely not, bro. I mean, backtrack to where we started. Fast forward a little. So this was 2015. When
bro, we went completely like out there.
yeah, which is all right. It's all right. It's all right. I mean, yeah, man. It's so when we started, it was like 2015. We started around 2014, but for 2015 we got incorporated. I still remember going into City Hall not knowing shit jack of what we were talking about. I mean, I remember leaving that place and I'm like, so what did we just do?
More questions than
Yeah.
what you went in with.
And at the time we got incorporated, and this is when I try to give people game. It's like when they start a business, right? We got incorporated 2015, and just because it's cool to see it on paper, it's cool to see it on black and white. So we wanted to do it. So we got incorporated in 2015. And at the time, I called, because I grew up in a Christian home, I called up my pastor. He let us use his kitchen. We rent out his kitchen at the time and this is what people don't know. Like
That's dope.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
you were doing like the kitchen in your
No, we did it for like a year, but then bro, like
There's nothing else.
at the apartment, we started promoting on Instagram. And that's how we started. We created an Instagram. We started promoting it. We couldn't fit the bags in the apartment anymore after like a year.
Damn.
So
that's dope as hell.
so it was three of us. It was me, Chris, and Juan. And at the time, this guy named Juan Abundis, who was helping us out. He just believed in what we were doing, which shout out to him. I don't speak to him anymore, but love to that guy. We would get multiple hands sometimes. The family, Amairani, which is my brother's wife, always super supportive. I love her. And we lasted in the apartment for like a year. And after the apartment, bro, you're talking about, and I'm sorry if I keep going back, right? But You know, the apartment is a crazy story that people really don't know about. The apartment is like, we would put a grill outside and we would grill people's meat. So we would kind of just send them like new specials every single week.
Oh, shit.
You know, you wouldn't get a branded bag. I remember because my brother was working at Bloomingdale's at the time. So we would like put food in the Bloomingdale's bag and like deliver it.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So that's
That's a dope ass beginning though.
Yeah. You know, I remember our first client, which was Woody at the time, a barber from Platinum Fades, in a black plastic bag. You know, it's more like, you know, we're just getting started, so therefore, like,
You just use like whatever bag you had available.
Yeah, so that's the hustle, bro. You know, and you know, we started getting more clients. So over like a year, we couldn't fit any more bags. It was more like at the end of the night, you know, we'd go all night cooking because it was such a small kitchen. Such a small kitchen. I mean, just to let you know, like you know, David, which used to work at Best Buy, which was my cousin's husband now. He helped us get a stove at Best Buy. So he put it in his credit card.
Oh, nice.
You know, for us. So we would pay in payments through the meals that we were selling at home for that stove, you know, and so we could get a better stove to cook. Bro, it felt like the shit. Like, it felt like, man, we're doing it, bro. Like, we bought a stove. Like, it's Gucci, you know? Like, it's game, you
and
know?
now the fucking stove you have?
Yeah,
Shit.
bro. You know, but, you know, it's like, bro, it's like just the process, you know, and like we would cook from home, and after like a year, we would take bags individually home because we couldn't fit them in the fridge no more. So everybody in the room were like, hey, you know what? We can't fit the bags, so they need to stay cool. You take like 5 bags home, you take 5 bags home, and we keep 5 here, you know. So in the morning, we all meet up and bring all the bags, and we could deliver them.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Like, it was like, I mean, you're talking about no money, no nothing, picking up a pile of dirt and going. Like, that's it. And
You guys were probably like just barely breaking even type thing, or
bro, not even breaking even. There's
You guys
no
were losing
money,
on it?
bro.
Oh, fuck.
There's nothing. Like, there's no such thing. Like, someone asked me recently, like, hey, when did you guys start making money? And I'm like, we have not been making money. We were in the reds for so many years.
right?
And if you understand what the reds are, I'm like, there's no such thing. I'm like, and I'll explain that a little later, but you know, like I remember making our first $1,000, bro. Like a year later of like selling food.
Damn.
Because you got to buy product.
Right.
You got to buy, you know, and I mean, we've been putting out of pocket this whole time. You know, it's like there's no such thing. Like, you know, and you're talking about working multiple jobs and still going to Costco, going to different stores, finding product, cooking, delivering, everything. I jammed my Camry at the time, and you know, like
hella miles in there.
bro, you're talking about delivering all damn day. You know, like on top of cooking, you're talking about cooking all night and waking up in the morning. And, you know, my brother still had to go to work. Obviously, he had a child on the way, so he's got to sustain. Me, no children, obviously single. I had to do what I got to do. So I would be delivering all day. Chris, obviously, he was working too. But, yeah, man, after like a year and a half, we started renting my pastor's kitchen, which we lasted there. I think the most we cooked in that place was 900 meals.
Yes,
after 2 years. After 2 years. We were cooking in a church. And shout out to my pastor. He's always been in my life, which we can hide this, you know. You know,
well, it's just lemonade,
right? You know, we were in the church for over 2 years, and that's, you know, I always say this and that's when we really, I think we became legit, because those were the 2 years we could have faded. You know,
Was there somebody guiding you, like, as in, like, kind of, because you're doing all this stuff, right? You're running around, you're having all this stuff going on. Was there somebody just centered on, like, hey, you know, if we do this, and kind of like create kind of positions for ourselves, we'd be more organized and we kind of see a bigger picture, I guess.
No.
You were just.
You guys kind of just figure out like the business part of it on your own.
There's no such thing, bro. There's no such thing. Like, I wish I can tell you there is such a thing, and there's not.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there working 16 to 20 hours a day, you're not thinking about a fucking business plan, bro. Like, you're not thinking about, can I, is that profanity?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
we
you're
swear
good.
all the time.
All right, cool, man.
Fuck. Nah.
You know, there's no such thing. You know, when you're grinding shit out, bro, like, there's no such thing. Like, and I wish I can tell people that, because that's what would hurt the most, when people would try to get themselves in our shoes and be like, you need to be doing this and you need to be doing that and you need to be going here, you need to be going that. But damn, bro, like, when you work, when you wear all the hats in a business, and it's in young stages, bro, ain't no type of advice, bro. Like,
Right.
like, there's no such thing. Like, and there's no agenda, bro. There's no plan. Like, and a lot of people don't understand that unless you went through it. Like, there's just something that you, like, ain't no college degree that can teach you that.
Yeah,
like,
hell, no business degree.
Nothing. And, you know, by our fourth year, you know, you're talking about our fourth year at that point. You're talking about, you know, we got our first location at that point in the South Side, which was 1409 South Cicero Ave. The rent was a blessing. It was like $1,300 a month. It's not that bad. It's like an apartment, but you're talking about almost 1,000 feet,
Right.
which is cool. And 4 years in business, Louis, which has been our friend for a long time, you know, and I'm putting his ass on the spot like he's too quiet, you know, and I'm gonna send this to his ass. You know, he decided to join us, you know, because obviously he's not gonna believe some kids, you know, just starting up a company,
Yeah.
and unless you for real, and you know, but dude, like, I remember every single piece of that journey, and if I went on, I mean, we could stay on here for 3 hours, but I'm not gonna do that. You know, I remember just. You just can't put a price on it. Like, there's no investment at that point. There's nothing. There's just pure heart and work. Like,
Hey.
you know, we you know, Tony at that time, Tony and Roberto, who decided to join us very early stages of the company, who were working for free.
Oh shit.
Yeah, 100%.
They just believed in it.
100%, bro. Yeah, they were working for free. And people, they just believed in the concept, and they started working for free. And they said, we'll get paid when we get paid. Like, it is what it is. Let's just go. You know, which we are forever indebted to these guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they started working, and they just believed in a vision, which I can talk about how important it is to have a vision.
Yeah.
That's
You
what I was
know?
gonna ask you too. Like, did you guys have like kind of a goal or like a vision that you guys saw yourselves like, okay, we want to be here. How do we get there?
Yeah, bro, it's always been big. You know, if there's one thing from the first day that I always told my brother is, I want to be the biggest meal prep company in the country. From the first day, which it was a simple idea.
Right.
That was the one thing. We were sitting in the living room, and my brother's like, my brother has always been a fan of Eat Clean Bro in New York. And I said, well, what do you think about Eat Clean Chicago? And he's like, that's it. Leave it like that. Like, don't move it. Like, that's it.
Yeah, you guys came up with it like that.
It was just that we were sitting in the living room, and I remember clearly, he walked over to the kitchen, and I said, yo, what do you think about Eat Clean Chicago? Like, Eat Clean Bro, Eat Clean Chicago. And he said, that's it. Don't move it. Like, leave it at that.
Simple.
That's it. And we rolled with it ever since. So, you know, we moved on, and these gentlemen believed in the concept, bro, and it was just a vision, bro, which is so important. We always believed in it from the beginning. I always believe if there's one thing that I always say that keeps you going is passion.
Yeah.
And passion is aligned with vision. Like,
Right.
if you want to be the biggest, like, you'll
In
believe
anything.
it in your heart. Eventually, you're gonna start acting like it, you know. And sometimes the road gets confusing. The road, you know, like you start to get, you know, you get sad. You get unmotivated.
Yeah, I was going to ask you
Obstacles.
too. Now that we kind of jumping into like the whole unmotivated part of it, was there a point where you were like second guessing it, or maybe want to just take a step back, or you know what I mean?
multiple times, bro.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
I think people need to hear that shit too, because people think it's just easy to start
Nah,
anything.
And
man.
then what's that like? Like, how do you get yourself back into like on track? So if you want to go back into like, how were you dealing with your with being unmotivated and all that stuff?
You know what? I always say motivation is just not a real thing. Cause I wake up just as unmotivated like everybody else sometimes every single day. Like I just, you know, I want to stay in bed, bro.
Yeah,
like you know, if people see me in the gym or they see me wherever and they're just like, yo, bro, like you wake up early, this is that. And I want to be up. I'm like, bro, like,
You do wake up early as fuck though.
I do.
When I wasn't working, we were like planning to go work out. And he's like, "Oh, meet me up at 6." I'm like, "Fuck."
Dude, but I force myself. Like, mind you, I force myself. Like, I stay up for 45 minutes before I get out of bed.
Just lay down and think.
And 100%. No, not thinking, sleeping. Like, I want to go back to bed.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a mentality, bro, where it's like, I train myself to keep going no matter how I feel. I've showed up to this kitchen in the worst moments of my life. What people don't know is like the last 6 months of my life today were probably the worst in my life. But people don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I train myself to get up every single day regardless of how I feel.
You want to get into, I don't know, I don't want to get too personal, but you want to speak a little bit about why it was the worst 6 months?
Man, you know what? I've kept it. I'm damn, bro.
You don't have to speak on it. I'm not trying to.
I mean, you
push
put
it.
me on the spot now, so it's cool. You know, I had a car accident, therefore, you know, in December. So,
that was in December.
December, bro.
Oh, I thought it was recent.
December has been it's been a couple months now. It's just, you know, attorneys is just taking long. It's in the air.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's been very, very, very hard. But yeah, bro, I force myself to get up every single day and keep going, bro. You know, and that's the mentality I've kept from day one. It's been, you know, I still have the mentality today. It's always been I gotta help my mom. Because from that standpoint,
that's your main
You have
motivation.
that one thing.
Yeah.
a fact,
Your
bro.
anchor.
A fact.
Yeah.
I gotta help my mom. Like, and my mom used to tell me at 11 years old, like, why do you feel so responsible? You know?
Yeah.
And that was a blessing and a curse for me, you know, because I grew up very fast. Like, I didn't have much of a childhood.
I relate with you, shitload with that, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's there's something with people who have like hard childhoods. I think that, I don't know, just something about like their character. I guess you can tell like they're genuinely good people and they've been through some shit. Like, you know what I mean? It builds character.
And you know what? I feel like I don't care. I've always driven with them. You know what? Me and my brother, just the reason why we have such a well bond, and he knows I'm crazy. Like, he knows that I'm like that guy that just all of a sudden gets up and just has this fucking idea and it's just like, and he's the one who grounds me. He's just like, yo, like, we get it, but you know, but I'm like, I'm the person who doesn't care much about logistics. I don't care if you're trying to do things because they're profitable or whatever you want to call it, like, oh, this thing is gonna make money. I don't do it for that. I do it because I love it and I want to see people like flourish, bro. Like,
Right.
That's my thing. Like, I love to see people happy, and every time that we do events, if you've noticed, I love to see everybody just having a good time.
Yeah, and you always tell me like, yo, like when I was taking pictures, you're like, yo, make sure you get like people greeting each other and laughing. And
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Yeah.
My vision has always been reactions. I want you to be happy. And I tell that to every single person in this kitchen, whether we get along or not, or whether we don't have a good relationship anymore. I want you to be happy. If it doesn't make you happy, then what are you doing here?
Right.
If we don't get if this thing doesn't make you happy anymore, it once made you happy, it doesn't make you happy anymore.
And just leave the fuck.
Like, it's never gonna work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's facts. Bro.
That's my thing, bro. And I wear my heart on my sleeve all the time. And there's just my intuition's what's worked for me over the years.
Yeah.
That's it. And I literally gamble with it. You know, I put all my chips in, and if I lose tomorrow everything, I'm okay with that too. I'm cool with that.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Because I know that
I respect that.
I know that I can walk away knowing that I gave you everything I got.
Right.
And I tried everything. And I tell everybody, like, listen, you can't be passionate on empty pockets. You got to pay your bills.
Right. You got to risk
So
it.
tell me what you want.
Well, to be honest,
You know? And it's like, even from the beginning, bro, it's I also can't give you something I don't have. You
Right.
know? So even from the beginning, bro, even when it was a hobby, you're talking about when it was 4 years in, getting out of that kitchen, getting our first location, Lewis making an investment in us, because it got to a point where we didn't have no dough. It was like, and a lot of people were making offers to come into, but we've always been picky with, business partners. I mean, I'm not going into business with someone I don't love.
right. Someone you don't trust too.
So I want to get rich with someone I love, but I will want to go broke with someone I love too.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
at least it won't be bitter. It to the bitter end, bro. Like, at least we know that the ego over me or the person next to me, I know won't be envying me to the end. And that's always been me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the one thing I've always shared with my brother. It's like, bro, we have such a good relationship. We have such a solid relationship. I just left the meeting before I came here with Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pull up to his office, which that man is abundant. And when he came into our life, which he was already in our lives, but all he said was, here's my credit card, get what you need, and we could talk about it later.
Oh shit.
That's all he said.
He believed in you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's all he said, bro. We expressed what we needed at the moment. And at that moment, we needed all the equipment. Like, we couldn't function at that point because we had clients. And you're talking about, we have clients that are depending on us. So now we don't have the support. I don't have 50 grand right now to spend.
Right.
And all he did was just, here's my credit card. And he never talked about it again. Ever again.
And that's awesome.
Damn, shout out to
That's
him.
like, yeah, for real. That's like,
That was,
That's
Clean Chicago wouldn't have exist at that point. Because that was a breaking point. And we kept going.
Yeah.
And
You think you would have been where you're at now without that happening?
no, absolutely not. They're all a piece of the puzzle from the guys from the beginning, investing in Eat Clean and not taking a pay to now. It wouldn't have happened. They're all vital pieces to that puzzle.
Right.
And I will say it publicly, and I will say it in any room. And they know that, whether we're on good terms or not. It's like, that's a given. Like, you can never take that away from them.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, even 5 years later, you're talking about, five, we were in our location in the South Side. And 6, we stayed at 6. And we had to go back at 6.
That was what, 2019, 2020?
2019, 2018, 2019. It's a special year because we invested into a location. That was when COVID hit.
oh, damn. For real,
And,
how was that for you guys? Like, was it a big impact on your business?
Well,
or?
business went up during COVID.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because prepackaged meals.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Prepackaged meals, companies don't want to pay chefs. Therefore they call us. So prepackaged meals, we take all the safety precautions and we deliver to you. So we had a nice year that year, and it was a special year because we were building out our Cicero location, and Cicero approved of it, but we ended up in a scuffle because of the owner of that building. It was a 10,000 square foot place, and they asked the owner to put a sprinkle system, which in the whole location, which is over $150,000. And she basically said no. And we already had done the build out. So we already invested in that location.
Like you
we
built
did
the whole
everything.
kitchen and everything?
We built it out. We were ready to move in. And the whole thing got scratched. We lost all of our money.
Damn.
Yeah. And man.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. And commercial, construction, and it's not cheap, and and man, we lost all that year, and that was a tough pill to swallow, and we moved on, and then we moved on to this place, And,
how long have you been here for? Not
like
that
4
long,
months.
Yeah.
4 or 5 months. Yeah.
Like the beginning of the year.
Yeah, and I mean every single location, bro, is just it's a process. Like we had to go through a rezoning process here, and as soon as we moved in, like we didn't get able to like get up and running until like months later. Yeah, like I still remember going through so many struggles in our Southside location because we had growing pains. And there's a point in business where, you're starving for business to where you're overwhelmingly busy, and you can't maintain business because you're so busy, and you can't fit. You don't fit. You don't fit staff. You don't fit food. You don't fit nothing.
You have to scale up.
And it's like, and at that point when we did the build out in the other kitchen, we were depending on that kitchen to move, like, because we were growing. And it was like, boom, like we got to go back. And it's like, we don't fit.
Well, at that point, was that one of the points where you felt like, I don't know anymore?
No, it was like, bro, you know what's the one thing? I laugh a lot. I smile. I feel like I smile a lot. I smile at my hardest moments, and I laugh because I say, fuck it. If it's going to ruin me, just let it happen.
Yeah.
If it's going to kill me, like, kill me now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like sometimes my brother hates me for that because it's like in our worst moments, like I walk in laughing. And it's like
everyone's sad as always in
right?
And I'm like, hey, fuck it. If this is it, then fuck it, let it happen.
That's dope. I like that because I'm like the type of guy where, like, it's I don't know, something happens like during you're driving in the car and then the motor starts knocking or whatever, or you start hearing something. Like, nah, just let it go. If it's gonna happen, then it's gonna blow up here. Then might as well just let it happen right now, Because what's the worst that could happen? I just call a tow truck, take me home, and that's it. Pretty much it.
Yeah,
you just learn from that.
You compare a car knocking to a whole business.
I mean, it's not. That's the mentality,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I understand, and it's the same attitude, bro. It's the same attitude from small to big. It's like, let it rock. Like whatever's gonna rock is gonna rock. Like if I've been through so many situations where, I mean, you're dealing with people, bro. Like every day, you won't know until you have employees. When you walk in and you're dealing with different perspectives, you're dealing with people. You're dealing with people where if you have 10 people in the room, every single person has a different home. So they're all dealing with different things. So if you're a leader, you're dealing with 10 different heads. People, you are responsible for people.
My current boss once told me, once you have employees, their problems become your problems now.
100%.
Well, yeah, because you're kind of responsible for giving them, I guess, the work also. Like, you have to make sure that everything is in check. You have to make sure that, the work environment is good. You have to make sure that the business is doing good because, they got to feed families too at the end of the day. So,
it's all on
I feel like
shoulders.
once you get employees, you can probably speak better on it. Once you get employees, you probably have a bit more pressure on yourself. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know what? Yes and no. I feel like at some point as a business owner, as a leader, because it's two different roles, you have to find a balance. You got to go to sleep at night.
Right.
You know, and to a certain extent, they're not your problems. Like, yes, when and to a certain extent, they are your problems. You know, because you never really get away from it. You know, because you're a human. So if they bring their problems to you, you know, a business owner is almost like a therapist because you hear it from everybody.
Yep.
You know, and because you write the checks, they got a story for you every single time. You know, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in the standpoint where you got to be ready for anything, and you got to be level-headed at all times. You got to come in with a level head.
And you can't be too emotional about everything.
And you can't be too involved. Not too emotional, too involved. And because if you get too involved, you get too caught up. And you mean
involved like with their personal life?
Yes. And you got to find a balance, because if you get too involved, then you're not doing your job. You know, and that's one of the things you don't know until you go through it. You know, that's one of the things where, you know, it's you're in between the hard and the rock place. You're always gonna look like the bad guy.
Right.
No matter what you do, you got a lens on you at all times.
Yeah.
Because you have employees, you have a lens. You're responsible for people. You have a lens on you at all times. You know, someone told me one time, you know, they said, hey, I think you have like how do I say it? I think you have like people constantly watching what you do. And I said, well, that's been the case from the beginning. That's never changed. Someone criticizing every single thing I do. Yeah. Just as the amount of love you get the amount of hate. That's just the way that works.
It's a balance.
It's I'm used to that.
It's a given.
Right. If you have an opinion, listen, I'm also a tough pill to swallow. I know I know you're not gonna like me all the time.
Right.
But am I gonna stop being me? No.
Yeah.
You know, because you want me to slow down my process because of how you feel? No. I also gotta learn too. And I gotta learn my way, because I'm gonna make my own mistakes. But the only difference between your mistakes and mine is that my mistakes are on the lens and everybody's watching. And they get to criticize it for free.
Yeah. I think also when you put yourself on social media like that too, it's like even it probably makes it a little bit even worse, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, good and worse. Yeah,
because I feel like well, you said you started mostly through Instagram, right? E-Clean started mostly through Instagram. So
it's an e-commerce company. It's an e-commerce platform. Therefore, it is based on media, and it's based on internet, you know, transactions.
Yeah, so you have even more eyes on you like that too. Yeah. So have you ever came into a situation where someone who you don't even know tries to tell you how to do something? Or
I mean, not only not know you. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
but I think it's probably different though, right? Like someone you know might be coming at it from like a loving standpoint, like, oh, like maybe you should fix this. Like it might not be the best advice, but or like you might not want to hear it, like, because you said you're learning as well during the process. But I'm saying like someone who has nothing to do with your life or the business, like has
absolutely,
anyone ever
bro,
tried it?
Absolutely. All the time, to this day, it happens all the time. I receive all those kinds of messages. Do I reply? No. You know, I'm because I'm used to it. You know, I'm used to someone not being in a good mood today, and they just felt like they had some shit to say, and that's cool. You know, I love you too. You know, I love you. Like I genuinely love people, and I love regardless of how you feel. And even people near me too, you know, whether they're here today or not, you know, I respect every single angle of where people come from, and that's okay for me. Like, I've been young, I've been stupid, I've been whatever you want to call me. I've made every single mistake in the book. but that I can't be sorry for. I can't be sorry for making those mistakes.
Yeah, because it was
I
part
feel
of
like
you.
they
It was
built
part of
you.
your journey.
You know,
They built you where you're at now.
and I have to be sorry for something I didn't know. You know,
Something you can't take back.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you've been young. You're still young. You know, you're younger than me.
Yeah.
And
Old as hell.
right, but you're
What
very
you mean?
mature for your age. But at the same time, can you tell what's gonna happen tomorrow?
Nah, I don't think no one can.
Right?
Yeah.
Can you fasten your process because somebody else wants you to get older and then they want you to act a better way because of a mistake you made? You're gonna make mistakes.
Right.
It's a given. You're gonna make mistakes, and sometimes you don't have to explain yourself to everybody. You don't. But that's the hard part because it's very tough.
That's some good ass advice. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody.
That's facts.
Yeah, because you have people fucking giving their opinion about everything,
Right.
suggesting everything.
But the thing about, and I'll tell you one thing, the thing about, you know, people constantly say, and they have this misconception about business owners, which is you have nobody to explain things to. That's wrong. Like, because we have everybody to explain ourselves to.
Yeah.
As a leader, you have everybody who supports you to explain yourself to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the thing is, you make your mistakes through a lens, like I told you earlier.
Yeah.
And they're watching. You know,
Yeah.
and you know, like I said earlier, the 6 months that I had previously were the worst because I went through it on a lens. You know, where everybody knew, and it's like, and it's something that I wish that I would have gone through. You know, but
like more privately.
But you know what? Those things make you, bro. And, you know, even to this day, you know, even in our 8th year in business, being in this location, very blessed regardless, because any day above ground is blessed, you know, regardless if you're making any dough or not. Like it's I think that even where I come from, any day in my position, I'm blessed, bro. You know, I can't complain. I can't. I have good people around me. You know, we're blessed to have really genuine people around, and that doesn't equate to dollars. You know, like I don't care whether we lose tomorrow, bro.
Like you said, you rather be. You want to go rich with someone you love, but also you're someone who wouldn't mind you going broke with them, you know?
Yeah. Like, I don't want to go broke, right? And
But
we're not going to, you know, because, like I said, when you work for something and you're constantly working, you build a foundation. And if you fall, you're not going to fall that low.
Right.
Because you built that. Like, that's what you built. So, therefore, if you've been at it for so many years, and sometimes the struggle that we go through as business owners is like, fuck, like we can fail any day, you know? But little do you realize that, and I constantly remind my partners of this, like when we go through things, it's like, hey, we've been at this for so amount of time. Like, we've built those relationships. We've built that business. We built that clientele. We've been on the phone. We've tried building teams, and it just hit a point where it's like, damn, like how do you know, and everybody expects you to be this multi-million-dollar company that has an HR team that has like everything, and you got it figured out, and you've got an executive, sous chef, cooks, an R&D team, and everything, and it's like, bro, like people don't get to that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that simple.
It's a whole process, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and people can be very judgmental, like even people who don't, like, even, you know, like outsiders can be very judgmental sometimes. Like, you're a company like that's very unprofessional, this is that. It's like, damn, like, ouch, because those things hurt, bro, because, you know, there's comments that people make that, you know, sometimes it's like, fuck, like, like that hurts because you don't got it like that.
And you're putting all this effort to build something that you love, and then for someone to just trash on it.
Right, and they do hurt. They do take us out of our way, But we get back on the phones the next day, you know, and that's the one thing that makes you different is tomorrow's a different day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a different day. I told my brother recently we had an issue, and he calls me and he's down, and he's like, bro, but this, that, like, damn. And I'm like, hey, you have a family, right? I'm like, after this, you got to go back home, and your kids are going to run up to you.
Right.
And listen, when you go to sleep, God knows if you're going to get up. Like, when you go see them kids, like, and they run up to you and they smile, does today really matter?
Right.
Whether you lost 50,000 today, whether you lost 100,000, when your kids run up to you, does it really matter? You know, you're gonna wake up tomorrow. Tomorrow's a different day. And what if by tomorrow you resolved it, but you were an asshole to your kids the previous night,
And that messes it up for
and you didn't want to talk to your wife? Nah, bro, this shit is not worth it. And that's why I tell you every day that I don't care if we go broke as long as we go broke together. Because this shit do not matter.
Yeah.
Like, there's things that matter over any of this any day. Like, I come in here every single day with a smile, no matter if the situation is as worse as it can be or as best as it can be.
You keep that same attitude.
I've been here at my worst and I've been here at my best, and I still show up every single day, no matter how I feel.
Hell yeah.
I like that. You have to be like that. You know, you gotta love what you do. So if you don't love something and you're doing that, what's the point?
And I say that all the time. If you're gonna stress about something, make sure you love it.
Yeah.
I just said that. I said that in the post. You know, I said that. And again, it goes back to me storytelling. I tell a story with everything I do. If I write something, you might not get it now, but you get it later. Yeah. Just pay attention. Like, if you love something, if you're gonna stress about it, if you're gonna cry about it, make sure you can get up the next day and still do it again. You know? Yeah. Because if you can't, the chances are you don't love it.
Right.
And I'm not talking about a person. I'm not talking about your ex. I'm not talking about nothing. Like, I'm talking about, yo, chase your dreams, man. Like, go after what you love. Yeah. Go after what you love and believe in it even when nobody else.
Now that we're getting into stuff you love, other than eat clean, what else do you love? What other things are you into?
Man, bro, art, music. I feel like art is a free form of anything you want to do in life. As a kid, I used to write poems to my mom, which people don't know, right? But
now they do.
Man, I'm dropping a lot of gems right now, bro. I used to write poems to my mom, and she actually has them to this day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so I'm a writer.
I hope I have kids like that one day, bro. I hope my kids are like that.
And my mom sent them to me sometimes, and she's just like, I wish you were still like this, and blah, blah. I'm like, Ma, you know, like, I used to write poems to my mom, and I used to paint a lot as a kid. You know, I obviously had a rough childhood, so my freedom was art until sports started coming into my life. Excuse me. But I've always been passionate about music one way or another. I've dabbled in it, whether it's urban Mexican or rap or anything, or bro, it's arts, you know, that I'm into.
Every form
every
of
single
arts,
angle. Yeah. I see it as a big spectrum.
Well,
like,
if you really think about it, even food is a form of art.
Yeah,
you know?
And I see it that way. Like, I see, like, art can't be planned. It's more something you feel.
Yeah.
It's expression.
So even when it comes to our staff and it comes to our chef or anybody, it's like anybody needs that creative freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I can't put you in a chair right now and tell you, yo, give me, or can you tell an artist to sit down and give me 10 tracks right now?
Right.
You cannot.
It has to come naturally.
It cannot. Because art comes out naturally when you feel loved.
Yeah.
When you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I understand the process. I understand where art comes from. I understand where from a loving standpoint, I understand where that comes from. I understand, I think I understand people and where they come from.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you do. You know, you have some great relationships, from what I know.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure
We've been blessed, bro.
something in you,
We've been
yeah.
blessed. From my brother to me, I'm a relationship guy. I love people. And from anyone I meet, whether it's from, I mean, bro, like I don't talk about this. Like I never share it. But like the other day, I always give money to homeless, right? Like I always do. Like it doesn't matter. If I have cash on me, I give it away. But the other day, it hit me because, and this goes back to what you're talking about, by the way. I gave him like $15 to a homeless guy, a kid. And he had an infection in his ear. And he looked at me and I said, I gave him like $10 first. But then he looked so sorry when he looked at me that he wanted to cry. And then he walked away and told me, yo, come back. And I give him another $5. And he said, I promise you. He's like, a pastor gave me his card today. Tomorrow I'm gonna go, but I promise you today is the last day that he's like, today's my last. After today I'm gonna get clean. I'm gonna get clean.
Oh, okay.
So he's been on drugs.
Yeah.
So therefore his body's not functioning the same. Like he's getting infections.
Right.
Damn.
And he said after today, and bro, the way he looked at me was one of those things where I'm like, this is why. Like this is the reason why. You know, this is the reason why I keep going every single day. Because of people like him. Because the passenger guy or anybody could have been in your car and be like, hey, he could get a job.
Right.
But for me, it's not that. For me, I like to view people as people. Whether you're down there,
Yeah, they're going
or
through
up
some
there.
shit that you probably don't even know
Right,
about.
because from down there, you could be going through the same thing that the up there is going through. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You from down here, from an addiction, for somebody being in the streets, to a celebrity who's also going through it behind closed doors, but it's
Right.
often put on camera. So because they got money, they ain't going through shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I get that. I feel like I have that level of compassion, whatever that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understand people. So therefore, I feel like that's been me. Like, so that's been my art from the beginning. Like I love
Just understanding. people.
exactly understand the process and what people go through, because I've had so many people in my life is be like, yo, if I can provide this platform and you can use it for whatever, if you can feed your family through it, yo, go on, bro. If you can use me as a ladder to get wherever you need, go on.
Yeah.
If I have something that you need for you to, that's wealth,
Yeah.
bro.
You're a giving person.
That's wealth. Wealth is all of us together doing it. What's it benefit me making it up there and by myself?
Yeah.
That's a big thing, because we talk about this often. It's like, at least you know we're more into like the music scene and stuff like that. Like there's like we talked about it in a few other podcasts that we have had. Like there's so much, I guess, hate and like competition, and we always talk about this, like, yo, like we want to work with as many people, get to meet as many people as we want, get cool with as many people, and if one of us makes it, why shouldn't we all make it? You know what I mean? Like if we were to get big, you know, which we will, if we were to get big,
that.
yeah,
We will.
No, I
Absolutely,
believe in
bro.
us. Hell yeah. And like when we get big, we want to bring those groups as well, you know, people that we've met throughout the journey of getting there. We want to be able to give them that platform, I guess. Or if we get cool with someone and hopefully they have the same mindset, you know, they'll give us that opportunity. You know what I mean? So I think it goes hand in hand with what you're kind of saying, like, you know, using yourself as a platform and boosting other people up as well.
100%, bro. And it's just, it goes hand in hand with people, and it goes hand in hand with, like, Joe, just be cool, you know, like, just be cool. Like, I feel like everything can be handled with a conversation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's often not easy, but you know, I feel like as men or as anybody, You know, we can simply have a conversation. We can come to something. You know, so you know, my career, I feel like, you know, our career and my guys, I feel like it's been a perfect example of how to do something from nothing, whatever that looks like to you.
Right.
You know, whatever you want to take from it. You know, and we're gonna continue to do that. Like, we're gonna continue to, and I don't compete with anybody. Like, I don't. It's not that if I love you and admire you, like, chances are I want to do something with you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a person.
That's my mentality as well.
Yeah, like I want to, bro. Like, I don't care if you're a meal prep company. I don't care what you are. You know, like I don't have no room to hate you.
Right.
Like, bro, I've been through enough not to hate you, bro. Like, trust me. You know, like I don't have the space. Like, I genuinely simply let's do something great.
Yeah.
Let's give it to the people. You know, I say that all the time. Give it to the people. Like, you just never know. I from this interview, I don't care who takes it. It could be one kid, for all I care. You can get one view, and I'm okay with that. Because if that one person takes it, I'm fine with that.
Right.
Yeah.
If that person takes it home and says, "Yo, this guy said this, and I'm inspired by this, that," my job is done. I don't need much after that.
So that's something you're after, or something you kind of push yourself to do is kind of motivate people. Would you say that?
Not motivate, absolutely not. I'm not looking to motivate you, bro.
Maybe just get that little.
To
Like,
show love.
If you're looking at me to motivate you, you're gonna be disappointed, bro. You know, because I'm just as human as you.
Right.
Like, I think motivation does not exist. I don't think so. I think inspiring people exist. If I can inspire you to do something, great.
Mm-hmm.
But motivation is a feeling. It's something that fades away. It's something that you cannot do every day. You cannot keep up. Sure, I can motivate you to do something. That's cool. You know, but what are you going to do for a day?
Right.
Until the third day, you're just like, you know? But I think inspiring someone to do something is sparking someone in someone's head, like, oh, if he can do it, I can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was going. I just
right. So that's essentially what matters to me. You know, it's like I don't take credit for any of that. I feel like I take more responsibility for it. It's like I've been able to we have been able to put people in different positions because of it, because of this platform. And that's what matters.
Yeah.
Like, if I can tell you, like, hey, I have somebody that I know is a millionaire or whatever, and he's looking for a person that does this, and I can make you go from this podcast to that, to the position you. And I'm the middleman. Why wouldn't I do that?
Right.
You know, if I can tell you I have a guy, and if I'm sitting at a table where you can't sit at. And they say, yo, I actually need somebody that does this, that, and I can say, yo, I have a guy. Why can't you be that guy?
Yeah.
You know?
Hey,
And that's dope as hell.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are like that, and like we inspire to be like that. Like how I was saying earlier, like try to put other people on, and like if we have that opportunity, you know. I know you do that a lot. Like I posted on my story, like, yo, anyone know someone with those shirts? And you put out your guy, and I was like, I hit him up, and now we're getting shirts done, and I was yo, like, it's
you
true.
hit him up?
Yeah.
Yo,
we already sent the payment and everything.
Yo,
they're getting done.
Wow, shout out Entitled, bro.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
He's cool doing it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I sent him the designs too.
Oh, okay.
He liked the LV one.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I said, yo, send me that. Yeah, man. Absolutely, bro. And a lot of people underestimate that, you know. And I always keep my people in conversation, whether you see it or you don't. You know, I'm just always like, oh, but you know, I need you to fuck with that guy. I got a guy. You know, give him an opportunity, whether it's in a big scale or a small scale. Like, fuck it. You know,
Right.
they're gonna learn.
Yeah.
You know, and like, what I strive to do, bro, is honestly for you not to go through what I went through, you know, because I had a very hard time. We had a very hard time. You know, my team had a very hard time, and it's not over.
Well, now that you say it's not over, what are future
Endeavors,
plans, goals that you have with the company and maybe with yourself as well?
I mean, we're gonna start shipping.
Nice.
Like nationwide type thing?
Surrounding states first.
Okay.
1 day shipping. What else? We have a recent partnership with this company called OFI. They're one of the biggest buyers in Cali when it comes to organic produce. And they recently, because of Chef Danny, which is a corporate chef, amazing chef, decided to work with us. And we've been creating some cool shit. You know, that's essentially what, you know, I believe this is about, is creating cool things for people. Like, make amazing products for people.
What's it? Correct me if I'm wrong. The bowls.
No, that was Chef Donnie.
Oh, okay.
Our sous chef. She created that.
Those look fucking good,
bro. I'm happy and I'm gonna tell her. I'm happy that you mentioned that, because she's a beast, and
they look aesthetic as hell. Like, yo.
Yes, and we recently had a meeting about it. I said, you gotta launch that. Like, there's no way that can't be on the menu. Like, that's gotta be on there.
It's like a good like pre-workout snack type thing.
Bro, it's a bowl.
Banger,
it's a bowl. It's delicious, and she can explain it better than I do, but it's because it's not on the menu yet. But yeah, man. We have some amazing people, bro, and we have amazing staff, and Ruben, you know, Roberto, Donnie, my brother Chris, me, even to our dishwasher, bro. You know, D. It's a team. It's a team effort.
Are you still the best dishwasher?
Absolutely. They will never take that away from me, bro. I'm the best dishwasher whenever it wants to go down.
I'm gonna tell a story. I'm gonna put you on blast. He was like, yo, I'm the best dishwasher, and he went to go wash a copa, like a wine glass. He cracked it. I had to, bro.
Don't do that. Listen,
Hey, masters sometimes, you know, make mistakes.
Listen, wine glasses are sensitive, bro. I'm not, but yeah, man, I do take. You know, I say all the time, I started as a dishwasher before the business, and to this day, I'm still washing dishes, which is cool. But I tell you, listen, if you feel like you can wash dishes better than me, it's going to go down. 'Cause ain't no way.
Meet me at the kitchen.
Exactly.
Have a wash off.
If there's one trophy that I could take home after all this is whether it's over or not, is I'm the best damn dishwasher there was. Like, this it. I'm going up on whatever billboard or whatever trophy room is the best dishwasher was Jesus.
Hall of Fame dishwasher.
Exactly.
Yeah. You guys are still sponsoring the soccer team?
Chicago House. No, we are not anymore. But that was fun while it lasted. Okay. Our first MLS team.
I just remember that.
Yeah, that was cool, man. And you know what? A lot of doors opened after that, which that was fun. A lot of exciting things have happened, bro. I think after we're done talking about the struggle, we've had an opportunity to do some cool things, to work with. Excuse me. During the pandemic, we were working with the Chicago Fire. We were working, and then we started sponsoring Clubhouse, a Chicago Clubhouse.
The basketball?
No. The soccer team.
MLS team. Okay.
Yeah.
I confused it because there's a basketball league this called Club.
Yeah, man. We've had an opportunity to work with the Boys and Girls Club from all around Chicago, bro. From the nonprofit standpoint to you know, foster homes to serve kids. You know, give out food during COVID, and man, we've been blessed to be able to provide, you know, and any day from that standpoint is good. Yeah. I have no room for anything else, bro. Like I'm never like we're blessed to do that, you know, with a big smile on my face. Like without, you know, there's been days where even when we had the nonprofit, it was never for profit. We didn't even know what a nonprofit was until an accountant came up to us, you know, like we were, from the nonprofit standpoint, we were putting boxes in businesses in Cicero and opening up doors, and they were opening up their doors, and putting boxes in them for people to drop off toys and take them back to the hospital for like 2-3 years.
Is that where the for the kids event come into?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys do that every like holiday season, right?
Yes. That's where the nonprofit was born.
Yeah. And that's, I had told them about this year, and I brought it up with Juan. I'm like, yo, if you guys would be kind enough to let us kind of help you guys out this year or do something, because we want to do stuff like that eventually. Like we have plans of probably getting into like certain schools and speaking about like what we do and see if maybe we can, like you said,
offering some classes too, you know.
Yeah, like giving like someone who's younger, like, yo, you don't have to, you know, college is good, but like you don't have to go to college. Maybe, you know, if you just try this out, you fall in love with it, you know, because I just so happened to try it out and I fell in love with it. And if we can give that opportunity to someone else as well, or just, you know, just things like that, we want to get back into like
have a door open to somebody, you know.
We just want to be more involved with like the community, basically. Like he's in Aurora, but like
that's Chicago, bro.
Yeah. Oh, my bad, bro. Nah, like, you know what I mean? Like he has his high school, I have my high school in Chicago, so it's like if we can just start there.
I mean, we have homies in Aurora too, bro, that we're still involved with. You know, Pre-Mill, which is a
clothing
you know
store, right?
Oh, you know about them?
Yeah, Danny's my guy.
Danny Miranda?
Yeah, Miranda.
Yeah, bro. You know what, man? You know, end this thing right now, bro. It's over. Like, man, you know what?
I threw my first teaching class there because you know, he's a young dude, and I wanted to impact the youth.
Yeah.
So I threw a editing class there. It was my first one, so it kind of didn't go as planned because I was kind of rushing it and I didn't really promote it that well. But I want to go back. I want to do something else there.
Oh,
they have all the youth there, so that's who I want to impact, you know.
Bro, Danny, Gio.
Yeah.
You know, all them guys down there, bro. Beautiful people, bro.
Yeah, man.
Beautiful people.
I need to meet them. I'll meet them.
Yeah, they got the same mentality as basically all of us here.
I was just speaking to them days ago. Like I'm constantly in communication with these people. Like they're family.
Yeah.
They're family. Yeah, those are the guys you guys got to interview next.
Yeah.
Hit them up. Yeah, 100%. Those are the guys you got to talk to, bro. I love those guys, man.
Yeah, man. Just what they want to do with just their whole, you know, brand, basically. Yeah. It's the same thing I want to do, but with video, and just have those young people, you know, have something to live for, basically. So,
man, shout out Danny, Gio, the whole Pre-Mill team.
Guys.
You know,
let's have them on. I'm down to meet them. They sound cool.
100%, bro. And they always have Mexican groups coming into their location.
Oh yeah, they just had these.
And Aurora, you gotta listen. When you go to Aurora, you gotta check in with those guys, bro. You have to.
I just be going to the outlets to be honest.
They're my people, bro. Yeah, those are. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll hit them up. We'll get something going with them.
Yeah, man. They're special. They're special beings. Yeah, man. So.
Damn, small world, low key, right?
Yeah,
well, you know a lot. I feel like you know everyone.
Like I said, bro, I've been blessed to have some beautiful relationships.
Yeah.
And they're genuine. They're people who rock with me. They're people who I'm able to call after a car accident.
Right.
I'm able to call after, like, if I can't do that, you know what I'm saying? And then what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know? We're human, bro. We go through things.
Yeah.
Like I'm a person that I'm gonna love on you, bro. Like I don't care. Like I'm gonna hand it to you. Like it is what it is. Like it don't matter to me. It ain't nothing.
Yeah.
You know.
And you do shit with me. Like I said, we barely kind of know each other like to that extent. And you always fucking hit me up like I think when you saw that we did the Le Mans video,
Yeah.
he was like, damn, bro. I think he said something like, damn, bro. I didn't know you did that. Like, you fucking snapped, and you were just like giving us props for it. And I was like, damn, no one has ever fucking hit me up like, you know.
It ain't nothing, bro. People
Yeah.
acting like they're way too special to do something, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I don't rock with that. Listen, there's one side of me, but there's also a side of me that's not nice. You know,
I think everyone has.
I don't do well with ignorance.
Yeah.
You know, I don't cope with it very well with it. Like, I very much do have an attitude for it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't do well with people being fake. You know, like,
yeah, I don't fuck with that.
My natural instinct is always like, yeah, like
I just block them out. Like, if someone shows me their fake side, I just leave them out of my life. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
See, I'm vocal, bro. If I got a problem with you, I'm gonna address it. I'm gonna have a conversation with you. Like, I'm not a person that just
cut someone off.
nah. Like, you're gonna know why I cut you off.
Oh shit.
You know, and I'm gonna have a conversation with you. Like, you can't just let people go like that, bro. Like, you gotta let them know what happened.
I just don't have the energy, bro.
I got a whole lot of energy for it, bro. Listen, you can come talk to me, bro. I got a lot of energy for it.
Whenever I run into a situation, I'm gonna give you a call. I'm like, yo, bro, what should I do? What should I tell them?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And listen, if there's something, you know, God corrects who He loves. You know, and He's done that to me. And at the end of the day, if you're gonna do that to someone, people gotta get educated, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, if me and you are gonna stop speaking for a certain reason, I need you to know why.
Right.
And that's cool. We don't have to talk after this. That's fine.
But you just want to.
But I need you to know why. I need
thing.
you can take it home and deal with it however you want. If you want to keep doing it, that's fine. But I also I need to learn too. I need you to tell me how you feel about me too.
Because also, you see it from that standpoint also. Then, like,
yeah. If I got things to fix, I want to know too. You know, because we're not perfect, bro.
Yeah, hell no.
We're not perfect. Like, you need to, as much as, you know, Lewis, I was having a conversation with him today, and he said, yo, here's the way I see it. He said, if God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, it's to listen more and talk less. Shit. You got 1 mouth. Shit. You got 1 mouth, 2 ears.
I'm gonna use that shit on my kid, bro. Whenever she's like,
you know what I'm saying? And that's literally what he said before when I left his office today. And I was like, because we had a conversation. I just told him, you know, full vulnerability. I'm like, yo, I'm stressing. You know, and he's like, and he's a guy who doesn't say much.
Mm-hmm.
And all he had to say was, you got, you know, God gave you 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen more, talk less.
I like that.
Yeah, that shit.
Title of the
title of the podcast, right?
100%, bro. And I listen. I like to listen, bro. I like to listen from my elders, from my brother, from the people around me. I take their opinions very seriously. From a relationship standpoint, from a business standpoint, from anything. I want to listen.
Right.
Because there's people who know what you don't know.
Yep.
And you're not always going to be successful at listening, but chances are they went through it too, you know?
Right.
And you might want to take it. If they can avoid you doing something stupid, hey,
go for it. Shit.
Don't get me wrong, you're going to make your mistakes. I get that. But it don't take nothing.
If you can stop them from doing at least one mistake, then better than fucking finding it out for yourself.
Yeah, bro. 100%, man.
Yeah. You wanna just so we have what, an hour and a half.
I feel like that's good. An hour and a half has been good.
I just didn't want to keep like because I know he has to get home and shit. And
it's cool, man.
Good.
But yes, sir.
Before we end, you want to kind of maybe go over like you went over a little bit of like what you have going on and stuff, but like if I were to ask you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And like in your mind, where do you actually see yourself in 5 years? And from a personal standpoint and also from a business standpoint, what do you want to accomplish within those 5 years? What do you want maybe to change within those 5 years?
What I say is the blueprint stays the same. It stays the same. Is being the best. Like what I said from the first day is what I'm going to be in the next 5 years. It's already been written by the man upstairs.
Right.
Like being the best in the country. Like that's it.
That's the ultimate goal.
And people will see it.
Yeah, I believe in you, bro.
The best
Hell
meal
yeah.
prep company in the country. You're gonna see brick and mortar. You're gonna see shipping. You're gonna see the brand being everywhere. If you didn't hear about us, you will see us. Is that simple?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is that simple? It's gonna happen. There's
if it's
no.
if it's anyone that can do it, it's for sure you guys, bro. Fuck.
It's not to question. Like this is gonna happen.
It's just a matter of time.
It's just a matter of time. Like the vision is still the same.
Right.
The blueprint is still the same, and everybody will be happy.
Hey, yeah, man, I love your vibe. I love your energy, and then your, just how you are, man. I feel the passion within you, and I love that. I really love that. It's crazy.
I'm confident in what we do, bro. I'm confident in what my team brings and what we have built over the years, and it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It has to happen. There's just no way.
It will. Sure.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Like,
where do you see yourself though in 5 years?
Myself, Jesus.
Outside, yeah, Jesus. Outside of the business.
You know what? I've been, obviously people know, my best friend is Giuliano, and like I'm dabbling in fashion or whatnot and music. Music somehow always ends up in my life one way or another. Always, even when I get out of it, it's still one way or another ends up back in. So I see myself, eventually dabbling in some big project in music or in fashion, like me joining forces with Laredo and supporting my friend Giuliano doing what he has to do.
That show you and drop you guys had was fucking dope.
That was all Giuliano's idea.
That was
and I believe
that's one guy that I want to meet too.
Yeah,
he
was actually gonna come, but obviously, we have plans after this, so I'll be seeing him. But he's one of the most, I just from the beginning, I just feel like he needed that confidence. But he's one of the most artistic people I've met, and I very much get inspiration from him too. I get inspiration from everyone around me. I don't need you to do much for me, or I don't need you to do anything for me in order for me to be inspired by you. I feel like all my friends inspire me, and everyone inspires me one way or another. There's something to learn from everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Everyone that I meet, I've always felt one way or another about it. There's something to read about every single person that you ever meet. Always. That's why I always constantly, before we go, is shake everybody's hand.
Yeah.
Shake everybody's hand, because you never know who you're going to run into.
Right.
And I know it's not the easiest thing in the world when you're in a bad mood, wherever the case may be, but try, man. Try to,
Try to be that person.
Exactly. Yeah. Try to, be cool. Just be cool. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Always. And I appreciate you for having me.
I appreciate you for coming on, bro.
For sure, man. Yeah, it was a dope
thank
one.
you, bro.
No problem,
and man, thank you for allowing this guy to talk, because he could talk. I'm surprised we went in an hour and 36 minutes.
Hey,
That's cool.
We got to get another one where we just don't have a time limit.
Let's do another one. Probably if you're down to
we'll
do
let the
another one.
People decide, bro.
Yeah.
I don't. We'll let the people decide if they want.
Comment down below if you guys want to see one with Juan as well. We'll have
facts.
him on. Yeah.
And my brother's a different breed, so
I kind of want to see both perspectives and stuff, because you're more of like you were saying, you're more of like, I feel like he's more what's the word I'm looking for?
He's a father, bro.
Yeah, like he's more,
a father. He's got 3 kids. That man is I tell him all the time.
He's a little bit more like serious, I guess you can say.
No, he's not serious. My brother is not serious.
No, I'm saying in in the business side of things, though.
Yeah.
I feel like outside of the business, I know he's not serious, because we've been fucking around in the kids.
Listen, if there's one thing about my brother that I admire, and I was just telling him, is that he's almost like a perfectionist. He is a man that he will get very upset when things don't go exactly how they wanted to go. Like, very upset.
Yeah.
Because he's a perfectionist. He's obsessive. And you gotta love him for that. I admire that man for that. You know, he's a
Yeah.
great father. He's a great husband.
You can tell right away.
And that's something you could talk to him about because of all things, that's the one thing that I admire from him. It's something I'm not as a father, obviously,
Right.
but that's something that he is. And he is a great father. And that's one thing that matters over business and anything.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
number
one thing
one.
we take pride in is family, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's
you
it.
have to.
Number one
That's
is
that's all you
family.
got at the end of the day, to be honest with you.
And I feel like we didn't talk about that enough, which we can maybe talk that about with him because, to be honest, the one thing we take pride in from day one is family.
Yeah.
The one thing we won't do is not break a bond with family.
Right.
Like that's just the one thing we will not do is family.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure he'll be down, and we'll probably do it. Maybe, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna see it, and comment down below if you guys want to see that. But we'll probably do it maybe like in the summer sometime.
Yeah, man. Cool.
I'm down.
Down.
Yeah.
You want to plug your Instagram and your socials?
Man,
People
don't
find
follow me. You know, don't follow me. But anyway,
I'll tag it down.
yeah, don't. You know, Eat Clean Chicago. Follow the business page. Yeah.
Let's go.
Cool,
All
man.
right. Well, thank you guys for watching. This was a badass fucking podcast, man. There's a lot of knowledge in here. Just make sure you listen to it all, and see you guys on the next one.
Peace.